The state of Texas is ranked 29th out of 50 states for education, K through 12. They're 21st out of 50 states for higher education, but for the purposes of this video, they are 29th in education out of 50 states. But at least they're focusing on the important things.
Is there a separation of church and state in this country?
That's an interesting question that has been debated a great deal. But what I'm going to say to you is I'm going to quote some of our earliest forefathers. Do you think that our forefathers...
I want to give you a chance to talk, but I also just want to make sure that I'm getting an answer to my question. Is there a separation of church and state?
Did those that first Congress, that earliest Congress, when they authorized the production of a complete King James Bible, was that a separation of church and state?
I'm just asking you a simple question.
I think that I think I've answered it.
Do you know who coined the term separation of church and state? Who is that?
I believe it was Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson.
Yes.
Yeah. Thomas Jefferson in that letter was referring to the First Amendment of the Constitution, the Establishment Clause and the Free Exercise Clause, which clearly create a separation of church and state.
I have some scholars here that can better answer your specific questions, and I am not that person.
Okay. We established that our founding fathers wanted a separation of church and state. But,
I did not establish that. I absolutely did not establish
Historical
that.
fact established that.
I disagree with that.
Do you think the Constitution is foundational to our country?
I do.
Why doesn't your bill mandate that the Constitution be posted in every
Well,
classroom?
if you want to carry that bill, you can. I'm carrying the bill that I chose to carry.
Yeah, and I'm not interested in micromanaging what posters are put up in classrooms, which is why I would never carry a bill like this. But I'm asking why, since you are in the business of deciding what posters are up in a classroom and which ones aren't, why is the Constitution not taking that prime spot because it's the most foundational document?
I'm so tired. I'm just.
That's okay.
in
I know.
a brain fog,
Let me move on.
Let
me move on.
I'm
move on.
trying to.
Yes, I understand.
29th in education, but they're trying to mandate that we get the 10 commandments in every classroom. Because that's what we need to boost our numbers. That's what we need to move up, right, Texas? In order to go from 29th to 24th to 18th to 12th, you need the 10 commandments in every classroom. They don't want you educated. They want you controlled. How do they control you? They lower the thresholds, the funding for education, I should say. They pump less money into education. They make sure that they dismantle anything having to do with any type of universal education if they possibly can. And they make sure that they introduce their religious doctrine into your classrooms. They teach you very little, make sure you understand to obey their God. And then they have a workforce of obedient religious workers. It's the only reason that we have for this. If they want to teach their kids the 10 Commandments, they're more than welcome to. But that's not good enough for them. They need yours to understand it. That pesky Constitution, yeah, we don't need to put that in the classrooms. But we need to put the 10 Commandments. 29th in education. And that's what they're worried about. That's what they're pushing.